Hello everyone, my name is Sam from the Sunday Smoke podcast. For 6 months, Jackson and I have been gracing your screens, having a laugh and talking some shit. Now during those 6 months, we've been making reference to a certain individual whose character makes every man say, who the hell is this guy? That guy is Mr. Simon Nimi, but we like to call him Ray. Now, some will say that Ray is an enigma, but we just like to call him a crazy cousin. Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 months of making reference to this person we call Ray, it's time that we introduce you to him in this episode and share his journey, because his journey has had many paths along the way, including certified prankster, stand-up comedy,
Chicken come back!
and he even tried his hand at full-time gaming, which led to a downward spiral of anger management issues, which went from bad
What the? What? How? What are they shooting me? With pistols?
to worse.
Fuck!
But every man's journey has an ultimate destination, and in this milestone 25th episode of the Sunday Smoke podcast, you will all come to know who the man Ray is. Please enjoy.
Alright guys, the coals are on. Welcome to finally episode number 25.
25, the big milestone episode.
Wow, 25.
Episode 25 of the Sunday Smoke. And what better way to celebrate? We've finally got the big man, Ray, on the
Ray.
podcast. Let's do a
Here
quick
we go,
cheers.
Ray.
We've got the wines
Cheers,
out.
boys. Cheers.
Yeah, we've got a nice... What wine is this one again, Jackson?
St. Hugo's 2018.
St. Hugo's
Barossa
2018.
Valley.
Beautiful.
Shiraz.
To Ray.
Cheers.
Ah,
To Ray,
tutti frutti.
our good friend,
Tutti frutti.
our good friend, good
Oh.
cousin.
Ah, that's it. Finally, we have
Life
Ray
of-
on the...
Always life of the party.
There has been many roasts. There have been many roasts on this podcast about Ray.
Oh,
And for the record, his name's actually Simon,
Simon Neiman.
Mr. Simon Nimi, but we're always going to refer to him as
you
Ray.
know what? I love being called Ray now. Ray's like even goes in the office now. Ray, yeah. Hey Ray, come here.
Now, normally I ask Jackson this question, but today I'm going to ask you, Ray. How you feeling, bro?
Mate, I'm feeling ecstatic. I'm on the Sunday Smoke. I'm ready. I'm pumped. And you know what? To celebrate coming on the Sunday Smoke,
Yeah.
I wanted to be the first guest to get you guys a gift. And what better than some cherry ripes?
So cherry.
Cherry Ripe's the very
Get a nice
iconic
stand there
gift.
like you just won the draft.
So for those who
And then Jackson.
It's a nice
for those who didn't notice, what was that episode when we did the first
The Easter
episode
episode.
in the factory? The
Yep.
Easter special episode. We had a few Easter eggs in there
I'm gonna leave it
with
there.
cherry ripes and
Yeah, a few Easter eggs.
you
Ah.
know
That's it.
about
And-
Ray who's a bit late, running late.
Yeah, that's it. And as we all know in this
Easter
family,
special.
Ray's favourite chocolate is the cherry ripe.
What do you mean, bro? It's Ferrero Rocher.
All right, man, we want a quick fist bump, mate, for the podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Boys,
All right,
honestly,
now, obviously, look, man, obviously there have been many roasts of Ray, but we want to get into who Ray is.
Who Ray is.
You know, some of the occupations that you've had over the years. We want to hear, you know, behind Ray.
The story.
That's what we want to hear.
Like, I mean, as we already know, we want people to know what's the story. What's the story of Ray? The story behind Ray. You know, how did Ray come to fruition? I mean, obviously, we call you Ray for a reason.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into that
Well,
very soon.
It's a deep story.
That is a deep story. Ray is
way
only
back.
actually really a recent name. But first, we
wanna-
want to start earlier on in the life of Ray, in the life of Simon. Really,
Yeah.
Yes.
where did it all start? Like what?
Guys.
Coming out of high school, what was the journey for you to get to where you are right now?
First of all, guys, I just want to say thanks for having me on. This is amazing.
a
The
pleasure.
setup, everything.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, look, man, coming out of high school, I've always been a creative person.
Indeed.
I love my creative nature. So coming out of high school, I know I wanted to study something. So, you know, what better way to study than to study something like music?
Yes.
But, you know, with having Arabic parents and stuff like that, they're probably like, oh, you know, that's not the career thing that's going to help you, you know, provide for a family. So what better way than to switch it into a technical way and do some audio engineering.
Audio engineering.
Audio
Yeah.
engineering, technology degree, majoring in audio engineering at JMC Academy.
And so you went into that straight from school.
From school, and I studied music, drama at school. And then once I ended up doing better on my music HSC than I did on anything else, I was like, oh, okay, maybe, I should pursue this a bit further in terms of academics.
Yes.
So then I enrolled at university in doing an audio engineering degree. And that was tough. That was a tough 3 years of my life.
Yeah.
Going to uni on the train and coming back
On the
late
train.
on the train, on the train, man. Man, those train rides, man, they're crazy.
They're rough.
Having the head on the window,
Having a sleep.
having a good old sleep. But yeah, start from 2019, 2020, graduated in. I finished in 2021, graduated just this May in 2022. But yeah, so I studied uni. I met a lot of good people there at uni. I found out a lot of things about myself from uni. Number one, that I can't do physics and maths. And number two, that I saw that everyone was making music. Everyone was sort of, going, like, everyone was a part-time studier, part-time rapper at university, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Tell us
So tell us.
what was the process in deciding where you want to choose? I know you had a few options.
Yeah,
of where
definitely.
you wanted to go. Why JMC and why did you choose that particular path?
So in year 12, I actually got accepted into Australian Academy, the Australian Institute of Music. And that at the time
AIM.
was AIM, correct. And that was like the prestigious one at the moment.
Done my background research.
Hey. So I got accepted into AIM.
Yeah.
And I was going there originally. UTS also was an option. But then I looked at the actual course itself. JMC Academy just offered a lot more in terms of the equipment I'll be using, just the design of it. It was an updated campus. The people that worked there had also been in the industry, and I just felt like I'd get more out of it.
Yeah.
And just because like the actual equipment itself was more updated than any other place, the people there seemed a bit more friendly, and it was the same degree, just more sort of, I think, hands-on, targeted, focused. And I just felt like, why go somewhere where everyone might be a bit more dull than go, when I can actually achieve the same result, and this facility is better, the people are better, the environment's better. I might end up enjoying myself a lot more.
Yeah.
And I made the right decision.
Yeah.
Speaking to people who graduated from those classes.
Now, I remember a funny story when you started at JMC. I think you had the induction day, was it?
I think I know
And,
what this story
and there was a
is,
particular individual
Yeah.
that pretty much, so to speak, he stuck to you like a bad smell.
Yeah.
You remember
BBO.
this?
The BBO.
I thought it'd be good for the
BBO.
podcast to maybe share this story. Maybe give this individual a name that isn't his actual name, or you can give him his actual name. I don't know if you want to call him out, but
Let's just
Tell the
call
people
him.
the
Let's
story.
just call him Ralph.
Ralph.
Ralph. This was I remember we had the induction day. So this was the day before. No, this is the week. This is week 0. Week 0. So week 0, we all go in to do the induction spill, and this guy just from the beginning of the morning did not leave me alone. Another train segment. So I was on the train in the morning. And he sort of saw that I was, he sort of sat next to me on the train, and he goes to me, "Oh, hey, what's your name?" I go, "Oh, it's, Ray Simon." And he goes to
Ray.
me, and he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm Ralph." I go, "Oh, hey, how you going?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to the JMC Academy Open." I go, "Oh, me too," which was my first mistake.
Yeah.
I should have just said, "Oh, that's good, buddy." Right?
Little did you know what was going to happen after that.
Little did I know that this.
That's good, buddy.
Little did I know this guy. Oh, he just wouldn't leave me alone. I
Yeah.
remember there's one point I wanted to go to the toilet, and he stood outside the door.
He's like,
Oh
"You all
my-
good in there?
You okay?
You all good, Ray?
You're good, Ray.
You need me to hold it for you?"
You need anything? Nah, and just from
Are you aiming correctly?
from that moment, like we got off the train. I got the same train, like it's there. We're just walking. We're having conversations on and off, but I'm trying to signal to him that I've got the earphone in.
Yeah.
And when you've got
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
earphones
when
in,
you're not ready to talk to
and so
anyone.
that's the signal. It's like, look,
When you're doing these ones where you had the earphone in and you have to keep taking it out.
it's like, oh, what'd you
bro.
say? Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
That's
That
for a
grinds my-
later
that
segment.
grinds my
That's
gears.
for a segment later
That's
on in the
that's
podcast.
later on. Continue.
So we get to the induction day. Of course, he sits where I sit, and we're doing the tutorial. We're doing the presentation. We had 3 different workshops. So first one, we had to make some sticks.
Yeah.
Make some sticks.
We had to make some
Why
sticks
not?
into towers, bro.
Why not?
Creative.
Oh,
technologies.
bro, I remember that. That was like a primary school.
Yeah, and you have to
Why
get the
not?
paddle pop sticks with glue and try and
Oh
make
my
the
God.
biggest tower, and then they'll come around and try and knock the tower over. Of course, my tower won.
But yeah.
And at this point, I was trying to encourage him to talk to other people, whilst also me trying to talk to other people, just to sort of go our separate ways. And it's just like when you've got a smell, and you scrub it and you scrub it, and at the end you just conceive. You conceive. He's with me. I'm rolling with him. Finally, week 0, it's over, and the whole alumni, the whole class, there's about 50 of us. We all go to the local pub there. And then like slowly the groups break off, and then we're sitting on a table of about 10, and he's across from me like we're on a date, and he's like everyone's laughing to each other, but he's sort of just leaning over the table laughing at me.
couple of candles.
Yeah, couple of candles.
Yeah.
And so I order the fish and chips. One of the girls there, what was her name, Bianca, she orders the nachos. There's a plethora of foods to choose from without even saying anything. I think he mentioned, hey, can I have a fish and chip or whatever? They bring the food down. He reaches over the table, like belt is touching the table, scalders a piece of my fish and chips with his fingers, his dirty
Scalders.
fingers,
His dirty,
Greasy.
disgusting
fucking week 0 fingers,
fingers.
and like cups some of my fish
It's a cupping motion.
and chips, and proceeds to eat them, and I'm just like, just eat the rest of them.
Just take
And
it.
I'm like, just take them. What's the point anymore? Just and he's like, oh, you don't mind, eh, Simon? Oh, no, go for it. Oh, little did I know. Woof, he goes and gets these fish and chips.
This is very, very much like the story of how I met my best mate, and I was the bad smell
Yeah.
in this situation.
That's was a bad smell.
I was the bad smell. When I started my first new school, I got introduced to this guy that was gonna show me around the new
And you
school.
latched onto him.
I latched onto him like BBO, bro, like stink on a monkey.
Yeah.
Stick on a monkey.
And I want to shout out to this guy Lorenzo, bro.
Hey,
Hey, it was Lorenzo.
Oh, yeah, you guys know. You know
Such a bad dog. Can't
you
believe it
guys,
was him.
you guys know my mate. Like originally he hated me.
Mm.
Absolutely, like did
Really?
not like me. Dumped me off to a new guy, right?
Oh.
Who I'm also really good
that's
mates
what I
with
done.
now,
Yeah.
right? Dumped me off to him because he didn't want to deal with my bullshit,
Yeah.
right? I kept sticking to him. Lorenzo, man, you got to show me around the school, bro.
We're gonna be best friends,
Oh,
bro.
we're gonna be best friends.
Hey, do you
bro.
want to go back us after school?
Absolutely hated me until, and I didn't even know this. He didn't like me until about a year into us meeting, into us knowing each
To our
other.
best friends future.
So
It's an
I
investment.
thought we were like best mates about 6 months into our relationship. He still hated me at that point.
Long-term investments, bro.
Yeah, it was a long-term investment, but it worked out really good. I don't know. Maybe he still hates me.
Maybe some dividends, man. Maybe
But
deep
it
down
paid-
inside, maybe deep down inside, he's still got your contact as a new guy.
New guy.
You got
But,
Overall, doing a university degree and finishing it was 10 out of 10 once you finally get to that graduation ceremony. Because when you get to that graduation ceremony and they call out your name, you just can't get the smile off my face. I got up on that stage, shook the hands of the dean, and that was a mad moment.
Yeah.
So all the hard work, all the late night uni train rides home, all the assessments, all the dumb recordings that I had to redo because I didn't actually record it, and go back into the studio. And
yeah.
no, it was worth it because the best part about university is graduating it.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
the assessments. It's not that. It's getting a job, of course, but then also graduation, which happens like a whole year after. So
Yeah.
you're sort of like,
Well, yeah. You
you're
didn't
sort
happen
of
until
like-
recently.
yeah,
that you
it didn't
gra-
happen till this year, and I graduated last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I finished last year and I graduated this year. Literally one whole year. So I finished university with flying
Yeah.
colours.
Beautiful.
Flying colours.
Beautiful.
97 out of 100 on my
nice.
final assessment.
Oh,
The
Fantastic.
the radio segment.
nice.
And for those of you that haven't heard the radio segment, awesome, brilliant work.
Thank you. I remember I sent it to all you boys, and I was not expecting that reception, but you guys really hyped me up and said, Simon, that's some of your best work ever.
Yeah.
Creatively.
We're proud of you, man.
Yeah, no, it was one of those assessments. I'm like, wow, I actually created something really, really good that
Yeah.
my cousins actually really liked.
So kind of speak to us about, like, obviously, you know, you got into this audio engineering degree. You didn't know where it was going to take you, and it actually took you to a few very interesting places.
Definitely.
You know, it took you to a few different ideas
Took me
that
to a boat.
you'd explored before, but you'd never really taken fully.
Seriously, yeah.
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 So talk to us about those kind of experiences and those different adventures that you went on.
Yeah,
I think
nah.
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, now that's definitely something that I'm glad you touched on that point because so my first couple of months at uni, I noticed that, you know, everyone was studying and doing something in the music industry or creative. Someone was either doing a TV show, making an album, doing a song, writing a song, releasing a song. Songs predominantly because I was on the audio engineering side, so everyone was part studier, part rapper, and part beat producer who was trying to make it like DJ Khaled. And I thought to myself, you know what? I've tried to make music before because I like that, and I used to when I was younger.
We have heard many songs of Simon.
Make a rain.
A classic.
A classic. That one's in the vault right now. We don't take that one out of the vault. But and I used to, when I was younger, funny enough, I actually used to make, songs, funny hip hop songs and stuff, but just to send it to your boys on the group chat and be like, hey, what do you guys think of this? And you guys would have a good laugh. And so then when I actually started learning about the music and the production and releasing a song properly and getting it out on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have a crack at this. And I worked on a song for 10 weeks called Higher.
Higher.
That was the first song ever that so I made a few songs prior to that, but the first one I was like properly wanted to release was Higher.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to myself, I had done stuff before creatively, but I hope my cousins like this because this is something I'm doing serious. So it took me 10 weeks to make that song.
Yes.
Creating the beat, writing the lyrics, recording it in the studio at uni, going back home, editing it, doing the rest of the recording at home.
So uni taught you all the skills, like you already had a base foundation of the stuff you needed to know.
Yeah.
But uni really taught you kind of those skills about really
they're real ins and outs.
Fine tuning.
Yes. Fine tuning.
Mixing, mastering. That's a lot of the stuff that I've learned from you.
Mixing, mastering, compression, releasing, distribution is a big one. Distribution, but getting it up to, you work really hard just to get it up to the standard where then people can actually say I like it or I don't like it.
Okay.
There is so much that goes into a song or any sort of production just for people to say I don't like it or I like it. And that is something that all creative people have to understand and just take it because that's always how it's going to be. If you create a shit product, then people are automatically going to say it's shit. But when you create a good product and you create a good, and you put substance and you actually try on it, and then people say it's bad or it's good, well then that's the end result of it. And you can just hope that people think it's good.
Can I be honest? This is my big thought about kind of the stuff that you've done, right? Like, for all of you that haven't checked out his music and, all of his creative endeavors, please go check him out. Simon Nemi on YouTube and things. We'll plug him later as well.
Spotify.
He's on Spotify. He's on Apple Music. He's on YouTube. All that stuff. But one thing that I've learned big from you is that really when it comes down to it, right, you can have a product that people like. There's the music at the face of it. Like, I don't like this music. I do like this music.
Yeah.
But what it is on the baseline, is it a good product and is it a bad product? They're two totally different things.
Correct.
Is
it done well?
Yeah. You can have a bad music that people don't like, or a song that people say, oh, this guy can't rap or whatever. But is the production made well?
Yeah.
People can look at it. What about the production?
What about the lyrics?
What about the quality?
What about the recording?
You look at all the stuff that's gone into it. It's got to that level where it's not a shit quality of music. The music's actually good quality, but maybe they just don't like the lyrics. Maybe they don't like the sound. Maybe they don't like the guy's voice. Maybe they don't think...
The voice, yeah.
But is the actual production of the product good?
Standard.
And that's one thing that I've learned from you, like, especially because we've had people that say they love your music, people that say they don't like it.
Oh, yeah, both
but
extremes.
The one thing that I can definitely say that's been unanimous is that the production quality is good.
Is there, yeah. And I really appreciate you saying that because I strive to when I was in the height of that sort of mode and then I was working on the album after I did the 3 singles. So I did 3 singles and then I worked on an album for 1 year. I said, like, look, if they love it or hate it, regardless, as long as the people who listen to it can unanimously say that, at least it's well made. At least it's, professionally presented. Like, not just putting an album out on Spotify, but putting the canvas, putting the album cover correctly, making sure it's HD. When you want to submit a song, they'll reject it if the album cover is not HD. If you're putting out a song, they'll reject it if you don't include the lyrics with it. Okay. When you're putting out an album, they'll reject it unless you've created a clean cut, a radio cut, an explicit cut, and a video cut. And they'll reject it if it's not mastered correctly. If you haven't got a mix wave file or a master wave file together submitted with the with the album, with the single, whatever it may be.
So there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah, there's a lot behind
that
it.
goes behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
I remember we were waiting on your album. Sam,
1 year.
I don't know if you remember this. We were waiting on your album. We were waiting. We thought it was going to drop. Didn't drop.
Yeah.
You know,
And there was a question like, when's it coming out?
Yeah, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? You're telling me that, hey, there's a backlog with all this stuff. They got to wait for, you know, all
clearance,
these different
samples.
clearance and samples and different things that come into it. It's not just, you know, posting it and uploading it.
Yeah,
like YouTube. It's not that simple.
It's very hard, yeah. And it's and when you do finally reach, oh, okay, this is now being cleared. This has been accepted. I got an email back. Yep, accepted. YouTube has accepted it. Spotify has accepted your album cover plus your canvas. Once they touch it, the video will play. You've paid the graphic designer. You've paid the master engineer. You've paid your distributor who puts it out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Tidal, whatever it may be, SoundCloud. Once that all goes through, the level that you had to reach to get to it, it does take a lot of time. And that was something that, you know, patience. Well, I was able to accept it, but then when you tell people I'm making an album or I'm making a song, the first thing I want to know is, oh, when's it coming out? Oh, it should be out, or come on, let's hear it, whatever. But it's like, yeah, I might have an idea, but I need to finish, like, I need to do it. I need to put the time into it just for you to say, okay, all right, what do you think of it now? And that was a bit of a hard thing for me to explain to people.
yeah,
And that's what sort of bring in a bit of criticism, but also good criticism. So I did 3 singles. I did Higher, Lie to Me, and Cherry Ripe. Cherry Ripe ended up being the second best single. The best one in terms of numbers was Higher. I ended up doing 5,000 views the first week on YouTube, which I didn't expect was going to happen.
yeah.
And then, yeah, like it did well. And now it's sitting on about 10,000 on YouTube. So it's obviously gone down. But that first initial week, I was really happy with. Cherry Ripe ended up doing a couple thousand in that first month. And then the album ended up doing very, very well. So I think we're sitting on accumulatively, in terms of numbers, like I think we're sitting just under 10,000 or on 10,000 for all the songs combined, the 10 songs.
Yeah, which is a good effort for someone that hasn't been in the field before. Just
You're talking about not someone that's you know, in the music industry regularly. You're talking about someone that's, you know, come out of school, gone to uni,
Yeah,
you know,
and just
seen
started
all
putting
these
out
things
music.
that he likes, things that he enjoys, things that he's, you know, found a love for, and he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, put it out there, see what it does.
Yeah,
you know,
and that was the idea behind Higher as well.
yeah,
exactly.
Higher was a passion project.
yeah.
After I released it, I got a bit of like
You got an itch.
I got a bit of an itch, but at the same time, I felt the what comes with putting out a song, and what comes with putting out a song is like a lot of eyes, and a lot of people asking questions, and a lot of people saying they like it, saying they don't like it, and it's hard to deal with that stuff when you know
Yeah.
you've got social life and you've got other stuff like that. And so I went a bit quiet after I put out that song. And then quietly released another one after that. And then I done a big release campaign, about 5-6 week release campaign for Cherry Ripe. Done a nice release party out of
which
Better
I
Release
love,
Party.
which me and
That's
Sam both
yeah,
love
that-
Cherry
that-
Ripe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
By
did
the
a
way.
big
Correct, that was a
party.
Christmas release.
But
that one.
we have, like, as we always say in our messages and things, for people that don't
Ned
know.
Flanders.
Oh, we got so many
References.
just references to Cherry Ripe. The
Too
song.
many. But
Too many.
Which just sums up Ray.
Yeah,
That just sums up.
Yeah,
100%.
honestly,
There's never a dull moment.
never a dumb moment. And that
But-
song is like so fun.
Yeah.
That was so fun. And
That's what it is. It's a fun.
It's
It's a
so
fun.
fun.
And even if people don't like the song, people can find entertainment in the production, entertainment in the lyrics. It's just enjoyable. The whole thing about
and that was one of my most well received songs. So High came out, it was mixed. It was either one extreme or the other. They either loved it or they hated it. Lie to Me came out and it was a bit on the you know, I like this, I don't like this. But then Cherry Ripe was like one that everyone just told me, I really like this song. This is fun. This is just enjoyment. I can laugh at it. I can have fun with it. We can put it on. And it made me feel good about myself. I felt like, oh, okay, this isn't like no one's being too serious with one. So that was a cool venture. It was a bit of singing, a bit of rapping. There's a bit of auto tune going into that one.
Everything.
A bit of everything for that one. So that was exciting.
Yeah. Now moving forward to the album, I just got one question for this album. Why did you call it the new standard?
All right. So at the time, the new standard was always an idea I had. After I put out Cherry Ripe, I was like, you know what? I've definitely got the itch now. I want to do an album. An album will be the natural progression. So Logic, my favorite rapper, he always, for all of his albums, did 3 singles and then the album.
Yep.
Now I obviously couldn't keep to the time frame of do 3 singles in relative maybe 2 months and then the album the following month.
Yeah.
Because I had to study, I had to balance, doing uni assessments, work, life, and creating the album. So the album actually took me 1 year to write all the songs, produce all the songs, mix it, master it. And I called it the new standard because I was just like, you know what? People are making music, but I believe that the effort that I put into that album was just like, you want to make music and be on my level? This is the new standard, man.
Yeah.
This is the new standard. And I had a bit of...
I respect the confidence.
Yeah, I had a bit of, not arrogance, but I had confidence in knowing what I'm doing. And from the first song to the 10th song, it all just plays. It flows. It starts off with the introduction. Like it's a story, like where's Simon? Where is he? People are calling me. Then the second song, I go straight in with a bunch of fast rapping.
Yeah.
Like I'm back. This is it. You cannot touch me, bitch. All that stuff like that. Then it goes in, bitch. Then it goes into Higher remastered. So I ended up remastering Higher.
Yeah.
To make it sound a bit better.
Yeah.
So I then I remastered Higher, put it on the album as I did a Lie to Me remix with a feature as a artist. Then and all the tracks after that are then all brand new.
Yeah.
And that, I had a bit of drill, I had a bit of hip hop, I had a bit of R&B. Jackson featured on one of the songs.
Jackson, he did.
Jackson came into the studio, and that's the second most popular song on the album. So that's got the second best streams on it. So like almost a couple thousand on that one.
I remember listening to the back. Obviously, sequential order, great songs on there. Obviously, Higher, Don Drive, my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
Be
yeah,
there.
man.
Best
Don-
performing.
I have to say,
Don Drive.
I have to say,
King.
That's
when the night's out, I play that song. Even if I don't play it in its entirety, I play that song right at the end. You did one of the best lyrical performances I think you've ever done. Right at the end. I don't want to love her, but I love her. I don't want to fuck her, but she back under the covers as I grab another rubber.
Yeah.
Well, the way you did that whole last part, and check that out, just the very last, I think it's the 30
when the
seconds.
night's out.
When I listen to that, every time I listen to it, I just get hyped, bro. I just want to do a bench press.
I remember
It pumps me up.
Matthew said the same thing, yeah. And that took a lot of takes, that one. That
Yeah.
one, when I wrote it, the inspiration from that was Like Whoa, it's a song from Logic, and it was just how he recorded it, and it took him a long time to record it, take after take after take after take.
Yeah.
And I just remember being like, I want to do something like that. So that was a rippity rap song. That was like
Rippity rap.
that was rippity rap. That
Rippity rap.
Shaggy?
Scooby? Oh no. A rippity rap.
that one was like full hip hop rapping. That took me a lot of takes.
Yeah.
And to finally get it right at the end, that's the reaction that I always wanted to hear from someone, and I finally got it. So
That's it.
that's it, bro. That's it. And who knows? Like, I reckon I want to put out more music involving you and everyone.
We'll get
I guess just when I get to settle down with life a bit more, and now I'm actually currently making music.
Yeah.
So I am currently making some more music at the moment in the
Really?
works. Yeah,
That was something I definitely didn't know.
Here we go. You heard it here first,
So
right?
here
You
first,
heard it-
Sunday
you
show.
definitely
I am
heard it
making
here
new
first.
music.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to put that out, but I want it to be really good.
Yeah.
I don't want it to just be good. I want it to be really good. So
Yeah. And look, man, we're proud of you for what you've done with that album. It takes a lot of hard work to do that.
thank you.
Now, obviously, from where you've come from music, you went audio engineering, did the
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
Now you've gone into since your graduation,
Yeah.
you've gone into a very, very
Yeah.
different field.
So
Some would call it similar. I think it's a bit different.
similar. Someone call it similar. Yeah.
Now, just tell us about where you're at now.
Complete 360. I'll put it this way. I was at my graduation ceremony last month, 2 months ago in May, and one of my mates came up to me, long-time mate, Richard. He goes to me, bro, what are you doing now? Even though we had been connecting, and I go, man, I'm a real estate agent now. So
Yeah, that's it.
Big Simon, just complete 360. So I was
Yeah.
working as an audio engineer for 1 year.
Yeah.
I felt like my personality and my skill set deserved to be not showcased, that's the wrong word, but a bit more utilized.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I could be doing more, and I'm so happy I made that switch because I'm nice and young, 22 years old.
Yeah.
I was 21 at the time, and I said I need to just change. What better time to do it than now?
That's it.
And it was the best decision I ever
Yeah.
made.
Now, I think that's a perfect opportunity to tell the viewers the reason why we call you Ray.
Ray, but
You're in real estate now, and you work for none other
than Ray White. How good's that?
And look, and I have to say, we're a bit disappointed that you didn't rock up today in your Ray White suit.
Look, I was gonna rock up in the suit, but you know what? Maybe when Ray makes another appearance, he'll be in his suit, man. He'll be in his attire.
Look, man, we have little side chats. I have little side chats with my brother. We believe that you actually sleep in that suit.
Yeah, I love that suit.
I can't remember the
Cash.
last. This is the first time I've seen you not wearing.
I'm not
that
gonna
Ever
suit.
since
lie.
I started my job,
I
yeah.
actually think it's been 6 months since I've seen you not in a suit.
In normal clothes.
Yeah.
Even you know what? Even let's go one step further. All right, you went to my niece's christening. All right, wearing your Ray White suit.
I forgot to take the badge off. Man.
He still has
So
the-
I'm sitting in the
He had the Ray
church.
White badge on.
I'm sitting in the church.
I'm gonna tell a quick story. So this guy rocks up to my cousin's daughter's christening, right? So your niece's christening, and
Sitting in the church.
when he comes down, he rocks up like 10 minutes late.
As you did as well.
As I also did. I was 5 minutes late. He was 10 minutes late.
No parking.
Now this guy comes and sits down, and we're sitting down in the church watching everything that's going on, and I look over at him and I recognize. I'm like, hold on, what's this badge that's on your
It's all yellow, bro.
on your thing? What's this yellow badge?
This is
I'm like,
Ray
wait, hold on, why are you wearing your Ray White badge to a christening? And he's like,
Sunday.
I'm like, it's Sunday, man. You're not supposed to be. He's like, listen, man. You never know who needs to sell their property.
That's it, bro. That's it.
He's like, you never know when you can make a new client.
That's it, bro. You never know when you can make some new business.
This guy's investing in churches, man. This
Church, man. Hey, there's a lot of clients that go to church, man. They're praying that their mortgage will go down. I help them out, man.
he's working 24/7 around the clock.
I remember I'd sat down, early notice, the E-man, the roast master. Of course, he had to chime in, and he just looks at me and goes,
What are you doing, man?
"What are you doing, bro?" And so after that, I got in the car, I took it off, and then I got back. We got into the lunch, and then everyone was talking about how I took it off, and I was like, "Nah."
You were the
nah,
talk of the town,
I was
man.
the talk of the town, but I didn't want the attention to be on us. It was a a moment of lapse.
Yes.
But yeah, like work's been very committing.
Yes.
Work's been very, very committing, and going into a culture like that, sales and real estate and becoming an agent was a bit daunting at first, but
Yeah.
I really took it on,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding.
Why real estate?
Why real estate? Yeah, that's what my employee said to me when they were gonna think, and I just said to him, real estate, because I like community. That's what I said, and it's true. Community is something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
Council's a bit of a background for me,
You used to
helping
work
people.
The
Used to
Fairfield Council.
Fairfield City Council. I used to work there, volunteered and then worked. And I always enjoy working with people. And that allowed me, the real estate allowed me to have a sense of community, have a sense of working for other people. And I love helping people. And I love also, I never had this before I started real estate, but now one of my favorite things ever is closing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I close a deal, or I close a listing, or I get a listing, or I sell, now I'm selling properties as well. Like the other day, I have a property listed in Karama. Anyone that wants to buy it, hit me up. Yeah, and I took a signed contract with me, and I got the guy, man, to sign a contract for X amount of money. Signed it, gonna leave a deposit, everything.
Yeah.
I went back to the office. I go, guys, what the fuck? I'm a real estate agent, bro. 6 months ago, I didn't know what the hell real estate was. Now this guy's signing a piece of paper with his name on it, telling me he's gonna pay money, and he's actually got money on the paper. I'm a real estate agent. What the hell?
It's like he's working.
Yeah, I know. Literally, I was like, guys, look. And my supervisor, the manager, everyone, they can tell. And I reckon everything happens for a reason, man. Like one of the guys who works there wasn't going to work there anymore. Then he found out he was going to get an assistant. I was an associate when I first started, and now I'm actually an assistant agent. So an associate sort of does work for the whole office. Just does the. I don't want to say he's like a shit kicker, but he does the general stuff, does the printing, does the pointer boards, does the cleanup, does the bins, and I did all that. And then, if you start doing well, you become an assistant agent. And now a lot of people they just leave either an associate or they just stay as an admin person.
Yeah.
Because sales is a bit hard. But I've become the assistant agent now, and I work directly for someone.
Beautiful.
And that progression has just been like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm very happy about that. So I've got that progression, And that's what I wanted. That's always wanted a role that I can see the progression. And yeah, like that's been very, very good.
Well, that's the
Right.
thing about real estate is that the progression is quite clear. It's in front of you. You work hard, you get to this spot. You work hard, you get to the next spot.
Yeah.
And so on until you just basically earn your commission.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Real estate's fairly clear,
I'm
clear
a-
cut
yeah.
kind of career to be like, I can see where I'm headed.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember
You
at the
know?
beginning, things like open houses, inspections, that wasn't even in my vocabulary. Like I wasn't allowed to touch buyers. I wasn't allowed to touch talking to anyone that of real substance. I was in the office. My job was for the first 2 months. You pick up that phone. You're a prospector. You're a lead generator. That's all you are. You take out the bins. You do the work for everyone. You print everything for everyone. You do the binders. You organize the files and you create leads. Anyway, I'm learning how to talk real estate lingo, and I start getting good at it, and I start creating leads, and I start getting a few listings under my belt. I ended up in my first couple of months, I ended up getting 3 listings. Now apparently it's unheard of.
Yeah.
I won't talk about today, like till today, because it's a lot more than that. But like, you know, to have 3 listings in your first 3 months, like in real estate, and you don't know real estate from a bar of soap. And I was studying as well. I'm studying to get my real estate license. It's unheard of apparently.
Breaking records.
So I was doing really well, and they were like to me, yeah, you need to be put in a position to help you a little bit more. So I started to get experience talking with other people. Now I was allowed to go to open houses. They allowed me to do some stuff. Going to open houses, going to inspections, just as long as I could maintain my prospecting. And prospecting basically means you're door knocking, you're calling, and just creating that business. Because when you're in real estate, it's not going to fall on your lap, and that's something you got to learn really quick. And it doesn't fall on your lap. You really need to work for it. You need to work hard for it, and then once you get it, you need to work even harder to sell it. Every week, I'd learn something new. There would be oh, you're going to learn this week. You're going to learn how to talk with that buyer. You're going to show them that property. I after my 3rd, 4th month, someone came in my car. I showed them a property. I drove them to a property.
Yeah.
Had my first auction. All as an assistant agent, nothing lead yet, but that will come in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm happy about that. And I like working under the direct supervision of my supervisor. And we're going to call my supervisor Adriano.
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 Very fitting that he picks the Italian name, which we'll get into soon.
I have a soft spot for Italians.
We'll get into that very
Adriano. So Adriano, he's a good man. Shout out to Adriano and the team at Ray White Green Valley.
soon. Yes. So before we get into the next set of topics, you're in real estate. How's the market looking?
That's a good question. Put it here. Clearance rates are at under 50% for the first time since 2019. I was ready for this question.
He's got notes on his hand.
Yeah. No, so
Wait. Clearance rates.
Cleared on.
So the clearance rates, the clearance rates are basically what sells under the hammer at auction. So for the first time since 2019, less than 50% of all auctions conducted in New South Wales are under 50%. So I wouldn't say that the market is declining right now. I would say that it's at the most neutral point it's ever been. Steady since COVID. Because in COVID there was a boom.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people were cashed up, a lot of people were saving because they weren't going anywhere and they weren't spending money.
I feel like there was a particular people that was cashed up. There's a particular people that weren't. And the particular people that were cashed up
were buying properties.
Were buying.
Yeah. There was a lot. And then because so many people were buying and the banks were just throwing money, like they were giving out loans like no tomorrow, the prices of the houses, they went up because there's not enough houses.
Yeah.
Because and because there's more demand than there is stock, the stock means the property, the demand for it would go up. So you'd see auctions go for 100,000 over the reserve, 200,000 over the reserve. Now it's gone like that, and now it's starting to go like that now for the last 2 months.
So going up.
Yeah, and now just flat.
line?
Yeah, like flat line. More so like not like plateaued, but it's neutralized. Now the scare factor is now a lot of people are scared it's going to go down, and we are starting to see signs of it.
Yeah.
So if you are a buyer, my advice would be, and I'll be I'm taking this advice as well. The end of this year, beginning of next year will be the best time to buy. After that, it's going to go right back up.
Yeah.
So, because the interest rates are going up the first of every Tuesday. So the first Tuesday of every month, they're doing an interest spike until the middle of next year. The Reserve Bank of Australia is doing that. The interest spikes the first Tuesday of every month. And that's to combat inflation and to combat, the ridiculously high prices that I received due to COVID. There's always going to be buyers. People are always going to need to buy a house. People are always going to need to purchase property. The demand is always going to be there. It doesn't matter in a bad market, a good market, a booming market or a bear market. And that's just the bottom line. So there's always going to be the demand for it. So, if you are selling, depending on your own situation, you might be in debt. You might just be selling because you need to move. Like we have someone who built a home for himself to stay in it for the next 10 years, must have built. And then his work got moved to the Gold Coast. And now he just has to move. He has to sell. His property turned 1 year the other day.
Yeah.
And people are asking us, why is this person selling? He built such a good, he must be in debt. He must be this, must be that. His work got committed to another state. He needs to sell. He needs to go. So it just depends on your situation.
So really, really quick, just before we move on to later topics in the podcast that people might be more familiar with. If you could go back in time, what would be something that you wish you've done over the past, say, I guess you could say 3-4 years, that you wish you did differently?
Look, I'm a big believer of I don't ever want to change anything in the past because it did bring me to who I am today. I met a lot of people. I met one person that's changed my life completely. I met the people that have...
Is that who we're thinking of?
Yeah. No, but like, if I was to go back and change the things that happened, I know it sounds cliche, but it's just how I feel. Then, nothing that today would be... Maybe I might not even be sitting here. I might be doing something else because I was doing something else.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be grateful for every day. You need to wake up every day. Like you said on your podcast these last couple of weeks, positivity is key.
100%.
Positivity is key. Wake up and say today is going to be a good day.
Manifestation.
But, manifestation. But, if there was something I changed, maybe I just changed. Maybe I should have met more people. Even though I am very sociable and I talk to people. I mean...
No one's more social than Simon.
Yeah. Social Simon. But you know what? I wish I maybe got to know more people on a more deeper level rather than just be sociable or something like that. And that's why when I do meet people, like let's say at work, I'm trying to not get close in a weird way, but I try to involve them in more things than just like let's say work or friendship. And I've met some really great people with really great experiences. And that's like what the podcast is all about, isn't it?
That's it.
Cheers, boys.
That's what it's about.
Cheers.
But honestly, Simon, we're proud of you.
That's it.
All right, wish you all the best with your real estate endeavors.
Thank you. I'm
Now-
here to stay.
Now, look, you did mention just then...
Yeah.
Sorry, I've got to have a quick drink. You did mention just then you've met someone
Yes.
in your life that has changed your life. Now, I want to talk about love.
Oh, my favorite
Love.
subject.
All right?
Love.
Simon, the topic is love. The floor is yours. Tell us about love.
First of all, I just want to say, love is my favorite subject to talk about ever. And that's because of my beautiful girlfriend.
Yeah? What's her name?
Her name is Angie.
Angie. Shout out to Angie.
Shout out to Angie. Yeah. I love you, Angie. You're the best. Oh, bro. Yeah, they're here
Simply the
first.
best.
You're simply the best.
Simply the best.
Angie.
All right.
Yeah.
How'd you meet Angie?
I met Angie at a party.
Yeah.
We got to know each other. She went to my school. I never met her at my school ever.
Yep.
I got to meet her out. We were both out of school.
Yeah.
And it just grew from there. And
So you met her at a party?
I look.
Was you-
I remember.
Was your first? You want to dance with me?
You want to dance with me? You want to dance with me? Nah, look, I met this beautiful woman, and just since then it's been a snowball effect of love.
A
And
snowball of love.
yeah, snowball of love. Honestly, I can't spread it now. I spread the love. I spread the love because I've been touched by the love bug.
There is no one. And I've said this on the podcast. If you go back to the Valentine's Day episode, no one is more proud to be in a relationship than our boy Ray.
Yeah, that's
No.
it.
So proud.
I'm very proud. If you want to talk about it, or my girlfriend, or love, it's my favorite subject ever. I'll talk about it right
So
now.
what is it about love that tickles your pickle.
Look, love is like a big, fat, juicy burger.
Right.
Love is just like you take one bite and then you take another one, and it's like you just can't get enough. And when you get the
And
right
it's like
burger,
once you finish that burger, you're sad that it's gone.
yeah, exactly. You never know what you miss until it's gone. You never know what you have until it's gone. So that's why you have to be grateful. But love is like a never-ending juicy burger.
Yeah.
It just every time you do something and you do it out of love, and you receive it back as well. Once you meet that right person in terms of love, it could be a cousin, it could be someone that you don't even actually fall romantically in love with, but more so, oh bro, I love you.
Yeah.
Like this is very deep. So
Yeah.
you might actually meet someone
So
and
the,
fall.
the love bug isn't necessarily romance.
Yeah, the love bug isn't just romance. The love bug could be you fall in love with something, a passion. It becomes your love infatuation.
Yeah.
My one so happened to be a woman, and I never knew I could do the things I could do until I was in love, proper
Yeah.
love. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true, and just like work ethic, happiness, all like the stock market, it just booms.
Yeah.
And I found love before with other things like music. I love music, and love is such a strong word. So I always tell people, hate and love are strong words, and use them heavily. Don't throw them around. I hate that person. I hate that bloody car. I hate that thing.
Bloody car.
Yeah, or I hate this thing, or I love this thing. Bro, no, be careful, because when you hate something, that's strong, and when you love something, that's strong. I'm still young, and we're all still young, and we don't know, what it is. We know what we like and what makes us feel good and whatever, but that real deep emotional connection with something that you love, it could be anything. We're talking about, let's say, a person now.
We're talking
When
about
you-
you're talking about Angie.
Exactly. So when you finally find something like that, and it just changes you, and you can't ever get the smile off my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it about Angie that tickled your pickle, as Jackson said before?
Angie, man, this is
A lot
You
of things
can't-
that tickle this pickle.
nah. Look, you can't say enough. Like I want to save a few things, to say, at the right times. But just in general, I've never met someone so kind, so giving, and I feel like all the decisions I made, before I met her as a person, myself, I feel like God sort of blessed me with something like that. And
Shout out
There
to
you
Angie.
go.
shout out to Angie, bro.
And look, we referenced this before. What nationality is Angie?
So my favorite nationality now after Lebanese, Italiano.
Italiano.
I love
Italiano.
I love a beautiful cheesy garlic pizza.
Cheesy garlic pizza.
Cheesy garlic pizza.
Look, man, a quick toast to love.
Quick toast to love. What better way to do it with a red wine?
And then he's already gone through his whole. He's already gone through his whole wine.
Man, the Italian culture has took me by storm.
Yeah.
I loved speaking Italian. I love
Speak, whoa,
so
speak,
there's
go,
a manja,
please.
manja. That's
What is-
like
What is manja manja?
What is that?
Sahtain basically in Arabic is yalla eat. It manja means yalla eat by Italian.
Yalla, but in the
Yalla eat. Manja is basically.
So whenever
yalla
I'm eating now, I'm like, come on guys, yalla manja.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's segment time, and we
Pretty
brought.
good segment.
And when we called you last week to make sure you're actually going to come on the podcast,
Yay.
we went through the segments. Now, what does Ray? Which segments does Ray want?
Yeah.
on his
Well,
episode.
that's one of the big thoughts is,
Yeah.
you know, we want to bring on segments that Ray particularly.
Yes.
Because Ray is a big listener of the podcast.
He's probably our number one fan.
Yeah,
Day one, bro.
absolute number one fan. And he loves a lot of segments,
Oh, I've
particularly
gotta
the
read it.
segment that we're going to bring on next,
Which is the ick.
the ick.
The first segment that he said.
And it's quite a recent segment. It's a new segment. And
ick,
Ray, what gives you the ick, bro?
When guys have long fingernails with dirt underneath them.
Yeah.
grimy
Wait.
fingernails,
It's
yeah.
And when
not,
I- and
it's
when I
not,
do the
it's not
ick-
just
yeah.
long fingernails. It's long fingernails with
The dirt. It's the combination. It's the
So it's
fried
like-
rice
it's like
combination.
basically-
Oh, bro.
Oh, bro.
And it's like, just clean it up, bro. And when I get the ick, it's the word ick is like the universal symbol of
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. It's like,
yes,
ugh.
that is
Yeah.
actually the...
Like, bro, why? It's like, why?
why, bro?
Why?
Why?
Come on,
You know,
man.
you know what's funny about those fingernails is that, like, they've got... It's not just, like, at the tip. It's, like, down the
It's
sides
down the
of the
bottom, bro.
fingernail.
It's like it was there from. It originated
It's like-
when your nails were
It's like a
short.
black... Yeah, it's like a black outlining around their whole nail.
Bro, you got borders on your finger lines, man. Clean that shit up, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do you step into society looking like that?
yeah.
Oh, gives me the ick, bro.
Fair enough. I've got an ick.
What's your ick, bro?
What's your ick?
Shower curtains and, like, you know, showers that are, like, open. They don't have, like, a door or anything in front of it.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, you
Like,
know
it's
what?
wet baths.
I don't mind those open showers, but the
Nah.
the curtains... Ugh.
Curtains are terrible.
Curtains
does
are a
anyone
disaster.
Curtains are just a biohazard waiting to happen.
Have
bro.
you ever been to a
I think-
person's house that has shower curtains? I've never been to a person's house
No,
with
but
shower
I've had
curtains.
showers
'cause we
with
live in
shower
Australia.
curtains, and I find it disgusting. I don't know what about it. It just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Like hotels have shower
Have you,
curtains.
have you
Oh,
ever been to
bro,
like
yeah.
have you ever been to like a hotel or a motel with shower
For the
curtains?
Holiday
and, like,
Inn, bro.
And like,
Holiday Inn, bro.
and like it's hot, and then the shower curtains are moving, and then you touch that like
Oh,
shower curtain.
it's cold.
You
And
touch
you,
it.
and you touch the shower curtain, and it's like it's like warm and like
No.
greasy.
You just
and
think
like-
to yourself like, what
That's
bacteria
bad.
has just landed
Disgusting.
on me?
And now
It's like, why couldn't they just put a wall of glass there?
I know. And speaking of the wall of glass, I hate the lack of glassy walls.
Yeah.
And and I say this because look, I'm not saying I'm a neat freak or anything.
Yeah, but the water's gonna
Okay, I just hate really wet floors when I exit the shower.
Look,
I
I'm
want
not-
the water on the
yeah.
floor to be because I am getting out of the shower.
I'm
I don't
not-
want
yeah.
excess water from the lack of glass. And you're bad at it.
Yeah, I was gonna
You're
say.
terrible at
I gotta
this,
say, my house suffers from this badly, especially me. Everyone
It's
that
like-
has a shower in my house
bro.
can maintain themselves, but me, I'm like,
Bro,
there's a
he's
joke
like
in my
the
house.
water
My
all
dad-
over the floor.
All right, after this guy has a shower, it's
The
like
bu-
he's got the hose out and just power and just started
Nah,
spraying everywhere.
my dad's got a joke. He always goes, "Oof, it's a tsunami in there."
All right, so this is for my grandmuggies.
Ick.
Ick, bro. Ick.
Too much wine.
Too much wine, bro.
Too much wine. Now listen, for me, this is a gym. This is for the gym because I've recently started going back to the gym. You know when you're meeting people at a gym and they're all sweaty and it's
Yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
They go-
right? You all understand that everyone's sweaty, right? But what about when you're going onto a bench press and someone or a bench press
Oh.
or any kind of machine that someone's left off, all right? And the sweat from the back of their head, all right, that's been sitting on the
Oh, I got a
machine,
story about that.
all right, has like a print, an imprint, a sweat imprint of their head
of their
Big
face
skull.
on the machine.
Of their
Fade.
skull, yes.
That's a disaster, bro.
yuck. It's
Oh,
disgusting.
why?
Wipe down your
Keep your-
machine.
yeah. You know what?
Keep
and I
your
don't even
head
bring
sweat.
towels to the machine, all right? But at least...
Okay, that's a bit disgusting, bro.
No, but... Bro,
At least have a
most
towel
people
with
that
you.
go to the gym don't bring a towel.
I've become a clean freak
Majority of
after
people
COVID.
that
Yeah.
go to the gym do not bring a towel. But at least get your excess sweat off the machine.
Yeah, just give it a wipe down.
Give it a wipe, man.
You know what?
It's not hard.
We got at my gym. We got like these antibacterial wet wipes that I use. Right, so I don't bring a towel.
I appreciate
I
that.
wipe it down with the wet wipes.
Mm.
All right, to get rid of the excess sweat.
Yeah.
All right, but there's some people in that gym. All right, that lie their head back. All right, and there's an imprint of sweat of their
Of
head
their fade.
on the bench press.
You don't want to be that guy that brings in the beach towel to the.
Especially
I'm not-
someone
I'm
like
not
you, man,
trying-
because we know how much
Ray's
Ray
a
sweats.
big
Ray,
sweater.
I'm a
You've
big believer in sweating.
I'll never forget that night we had the big rave.
The
in
rave, the rave with Ray.
You remember the synonymous rave? Raves with Ray.
That was a good night. That was a good
And
night.
you definitely had a big sweat patch.
Bro,
Which
sweat patch. I had to take my shirt off. I was wet.
it was dripping.
I was dripping, man.
Another segment that's very well known, Grind My Gears. All right, we all love Grind My Gears.
Household favourite.
I think, again, we're going to start with Ray.
Oh,
Simon,
Grind my gears.
what grinds your gears?
I remember listening to your first podcast and the first time you grind my gears on, and I just started thinking about what does grind my gears. And I noticed a lot of the grind your gears people say that it's got to do with driving, and mine is got to do with driving.
Driving
as well.
can be a very frustrating endeavor.
Yeah, and I believe it is unnecessarily frustrating. Look, what grinds my gears is definitely when you're driving and someone is right up your ass, to the fact that they can see what color underwear you're wearing. Like I can't, and I hate when what grinds my gears is when I'm turning left or right and I feel like I'm gonna get hit because I can't turn the corner at 50 kilometers, bro. I can't turn the corner at 65 kilometers an hour, because it's like
Sorry?
it's gonna cause an accident. I need to slow down. I need to put my blinker on. I need to turn, and I've got anxiety now when I turn because people are so close to me that I can smell what color what chewing gum they're having. It really grinds my gears.
I can smell their breath.
If I can just ask everyone, please don't go up someone's...
Back off.
Yeah, back off, bro.
No tailgating.
Yeah, no tailgating, man. Especially when we're turning. Like, where do you have to be that's so urgent? Like, you were both going to end up at the same red light.
Yeah.
Oh, it just grinds my gears.
You know what's funny?
Sammy? Or Jackson?
You know what's funny? I actually feel that, but from the other end. I'm the tailgate.
Yeah, you said that in the other episode, man.
This guy's the worst driver in the world, man.
No. Listen, I'm not the worst driver in the world. I'm just frustrated.
How many times you lost your license?
Hold on. Only once. I've only lost my license once, and that was because of a bullshit
Okay.
Okay.
thing that I got.
Hey, like Shawshank Redemption, everyone here is not guilty, bro.
Yeah, like no, but
Only person
but
that's
like
guilty.
the other,
innocent.
literally
Lawyer,
last
fuck
night, I was driving home on the way home, and I got stuck behind this white Audi A5. All right,
Still remembers it.
Lives around Bexley somewhere. I don't know where you are, but
that
if
Bob?
I find you, all right, this guy was driving in a 60 zone, 40 kilometers an hour,
And what of it?
on a main road.
What of it?
It was a one-lane
Maybe
road.
the guys
there
had
was no way for me to get around.
Maybe has had a long day. The wife's calling him up. Where are you?
Well, drive faster. If his wife's asking where he is, drive faster to get home.
I think you need
'Cause
to-
I'm sick of his shit. I got to get home. I'm tired. I need to wake up for work in the morning. All right? Get out of my way.
He's very passionate. I think you need to lower your decibels, mate.
I do need to lower my decibels. Like
Jesus Christ, I'm going to have a field day editing this, man.
Thank you.
God
it's
help
not that-
anyone
it's-
with
look,
headphones.
it's not that bad.
That was
Anyway.
good. Nah, I didn't mean that like that. That was good.
Anyway,
Sammy, what grinds your gears?
what grinds my gears, look, I don't know. I'm probably in the minority for this, okay?
I'm ready for
I
this
hate
one.
I hate seeing people running for trains and buses and public transport.
Yeah, that's bad.
I just hate seeing it.
that-
It
That's
basically
a
grinds my-
crossover.
Yeah.
Ick and grind my
That's
gears.
Yeah.
a combination.
combination
Yeah,
of the two.
that's a merger.
Because I look at it going down, and look, I get it. People have places to be.
I never
people
run.
wanna rush, especially now. There's a lot of
Oh.
delays with the trains and stuff. I get it. People want to catch a train. That's okay for now. Run for your train because you don't know when the next one's coming. for back in the day, you know, seeing people like looking like Spider-Man, like looking like Peter
Tobey
Parker,
Maguire.
running for the-
like
running for the
Mission
bus.
Impossible.
Trying to get on the train. I remember once.
It's like just all I want to say is just like slow down, just catch the next bus,
Yeah,
catch the
man.
next train.
I remember once I was walking to the train and some woman sped across me coming from uni. I'm walking and I actually despise people that run to the train.
Yeah.
And guess what? We were both on the same train. I walked and she ran. And she zoomed past me and we just sat on the train and we both looked at each other and I thought, you're out of breath and I'm sitting waiting to go home.
It's like good old. You know what? If I'm going to sum this up in one line, it's like one of our favorite comedians, Sebastian Maniscalco says, "Aren't you embarrassed?"
Aren't you embarrassed? What are you doing with your life, man? Manja.
Mad.
Look.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you have one.
Oh yeah, you forgot about my grind my gears. Look,
Hey guys, we're gonna wrap it up now.
Thanks for tuning in.
for me, all right. I don't know if you've ever been on the way to work or on the way to an event, and you're listening to your music, right? You got your AirPod in, you got your earphones in, all right, and you're on your way to some place. You see someone you know, you see a colleague, you see a friend, and they're walking the same way as you, and they want to have a conversation with you. I'm stuck listening to my music. I'm getting in my zone. I'm getting ready
So
to
passionate.
work. No, I am passionate.
I love it.
I'm getting ready to work, and I got this doofus sitting next to me, all right, trying to talk about what the real estate market looks like for the next 6 months.
Was it Ray?
No. I'm always happy when a keen eye, all right, who knows the real estate market is giving me advice.
Yeah.
All right, but not my colleague. All right.
He's in the same boat as you.
That's in the same boat as me. That's trying to talk to me about real estate, or trying to talk to me about their love life, or trying to talk to me about pretty much anything while I'm trying to listen to my music on the way to work.
Yeah, people that don't get it, man.
Everyone's been in that situation
Yeah.
where they're trying to go somewhere. They just want to listen to their music. They don't
People
want to
don't
hear
get
someone
it.
else talk.
People that don't get it.
They don't get it.
All right. So what we like to do before we wrap this podcast up, we like to introduce the segment of Bitmoji Wars.
Bitmoji
I've been
Wars.
loving this one.
That's where people obviously send in their
The f-
Bitmojis with any old photo or a selfie, and we judge a Bitmoji on accuracy, ridiculousness, whatever. And we
Flame
roast
background.
Absolutely.
The flame background.
it. All right, and obviously for anyone listening, check us out on Instagram at the Sunday Smoke. Look at the giveaway details. Join the giveaway.
The
or
giveaway.
Nominate a friend against their will.
Yep.
I want to. I want to.
Without their consent.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love a good unconsensual photo.
Right. And I think a great way to do this one entry this week, it's got to be Ray's Bitmoji.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
There's a lot to take. There's
What's
a
my
lot to take
background
away.
again? I don't even think I chose
I
it.
guess we're gonna
You're going to find out.
right now. Now we have a look at his Bitmoji. And has he changed it since? Let me have a look.
No.
Look,
It's been like that.
look. I'm gonna show it to you guys first. and
No,
then
he
I'm
has
gonna
changed it.
And then I'm going to show the
Triple out of
camera.
this.
All right. So first
Oh, no, he hasn't.
we're going to show Ray here.
All right.
That's
Ray
pretty
on
good.
the
That's
screen.
pretty
I'm going
good,
to show the
man.
camera.
I'm going to be
Alright.
the first to say.
That's pretty
It's
good.
going to come up on the camera.
I'm going to be the first to say because I think I'm normally the positive one. Triple Adidas. You love your triple Adidas. You are literally actually rocking triple Adidas
As we speak.
right now. Can you just
Triple
unzip your...
Adidas as we speak.
Got the NMDs.
All right.
Got the Adidas trackies and got the Adidas.
Attire accuracy.
10
Check.
out of 10.
10 out of 10.
All right.
Now, either that or a Ray White suit, but I don't think
have the
Bitmoji-
Ray White suit
yeah,
yet.
they don't have it
Not
yet.
yet. Not yet.
All right. Now I got a little thing to add here. Simon, man, you're not that skinny.
Oh.
You've definitely shed a few kilos. I think that's a common thing going on.
A
in this.
common theme.
Once
a
you
lot
start
of
in
people
the
are much skinnier in their Bitmoji than they are in real life.
Hey, man.
Simon, it's not it.
And
Man, I had the chance to shave a few kilos there, so I took it.
because you put on a bit of love weight over the last couple of
Love
years.
weight. That's our manja weight.
Manja weight.
Then
Sahtid. Yeah. My Bitmoji went to the gym.
I'm looking at your Bitmoji now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your face. I'm looking at the facial hair here.
Yeah.
Now you've nailed the mustache and the little
Yeah, and the
goatee you got.
goatee.
The
underneath.
mustache
They
is
didn't-
quite
They didn't-
good.
In my defense, they didn't have the bottom chin strap.
I know they don't, and you know what?
They
I
do offer
actually-
a goatee.
They
They,
don't.
but
But
I'm
it's
just talking
connected
about-
on the sides.
It is connected on the
Yeah,
side.
there's no
Yeah.
bottom, but no sides. There's
Now look,
just
I bring this up.
Snapchat. Please fix that.
fix the Bitmoji
Look.
options.
The reason I bring that up is because your Bitmoji facial hair looks better than your actual facial hair. Can you please, for the love of God, shave that chin strap you got going on?
Look, man, any facial hair I'll get. God hasn't blessed me with a good beard yet, so I'm just waiting on that one.
But he
other
didn't
than
bless
that,
you with a good chin strap either.
Hey. He's waiting on God, all right, to bless him with the
One
beard
day-
genes.
one day I will wake up and I'll be like,
If
I
you've
think I
seen
can grow
his
a beard.
father, all right, it's coming.
I just have to wait till I'm 50.
But-
Sorry about that one.
Well, look, because we know you love your hair. That's been a big thing about you. You
How's
love
the hair?
The hair's too spiky.
The hair's way too spiky. It's too straight. We all know that you are the common denominator for you is that your hair is like a Persian rug. It almost looks like a toupee. Someone's just stuck
I got some interesting hair. I do. I've had some interesting hairstyles.
Yes, you-
but I have some.
Remember the keratin treatments.
I have some interesting hair.
Keratin treatment.
We're not gonna be getting any footage of that after the Sunday Smoke.
I think I lost the photo. Good. But
But look, in my defense, when I was doing my Bitmoji, I wasn't aware that I was gonna be years later subject to discrimination and subject to approval from the Council of the Sunday Smoke. So I feel like it's pretty accurate, and I feel that if I was entered into the competition, I would be a front runner. We gotta get Angie's Bitmoji in there. She's got a good
Have you got a Bitmoji?
I've got a Bitmoji.
You know what? We're gonna do a second entry. Let's get in.
Let's go.
Let's get Angie. We're just gonna
Angie,
Yeah.
you're getting called out right now.
getting a Bitmoji.
Let's see how accurate your Bitmoji
She's got
is. We all know what you look like, so we can judge the accuracy.
and we'll be back with you after this commercial break.
All right, here we go, boys. You ready?
All right, so we're back. We've got a So let's
Yep.
get a photo of we'll get a photo up on the screen
I'll
of
get the photo up on the screen right now.
of your girlfriend Angie.
That's the Bitmoji right
All
there.
right, let's have
That is the
a
Bitmoji.
quick look.
All right, listen, man.
Let's have a quick look. Angie. Hello, Angie's Bitmoji.
Okay, I'm not sure what to take away from this.
Your eyebrows are very high up. I don't know why.
that-
The eyebrows. You think the Bitmoji eyebrows. Now, we're not judging the person. We're judging the Bitmoji.
We're judging
yeah.
the accuracy.
The accuracy. I don't know. I feel like the Converse, she's always rocking it. I think the outfit's good. The jeans, the white top.
the outfit I'll pay, but Simon or Ray, I think you're a bit blinded by love here.
You
All
think?
right? I don't think it's a very accurate Bitmoji.
No.
I think it's very. I think.
I
it's
think
just a little
I think
bit
on second thought, I actually had more confidence in it. I might have to have a word with her about it.
Confidence.
Yeah.
confidence.
Actually,
Confidence.
looking back at it now, could be a bit better.
I just think it looks a little bit generic. Angie,
You just absolutely just tore to shreds
I
your
just-
girlfriend's
I just
Bitmoji right
roasted
there.
it. Angie, you're not gonna be winning the competition.
Angie, listen, you're definitely not the front runner for the
We're
Bitmoji
sorry. We're
Wars.
sorry.
For the
Competition.
Bitmojis. You've been entered and disqualified at the same time.
it's been a great episode, hasn't it, guys?
It's been amazing.
It's been amazing. The
been-
wine, the smoking, the everything's.
It's been splendid.
The everything.
I'm down for the editing. Big amen.
Before we wrap this one up and we have a final chat with Simon, Jackson, you want to run through the social media plugs?
Yeah, so just for the Sunday Smoke, please feel free to check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and all the streaming platform.
Keep it going.
Yeah, check us out on all the streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music. That's what it's called.
Apple Podcast.
Apple Podcast.
Too much wine.
We don't release music. Too much wine. Yeah, and like I said, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. You can check us out on YouTube and Instagram at the Sunday Smoke, and TikTok at the Sunday Smoke clips. Where we release the
Sunday clips.
the clips.
You're buckling, bro.
Starting to slur his words.
Too much wine, bro. Too much
Too much
brosa.
wine. Let me start again from the beginning.
Hey, no. We're
No,
gonna
we
keep it running.
keep it
All right,
real.
anything else?
Yeah, no. Just all the
clips.
the latest clips. Sam, you've been releasing the clips from the last week.
Yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. We've had a good one.
quite good. We had a pretty good one recently
Yeah, that's it. The
Couple of thousand views.
about the burger.
about the burgers.
About the
forks and
burger. That
knives.
was really good.
Thanks to everyone who tuned in for that one on TikTok. And finally, I love to plug the email. All right, the Sunday Smoke
Yeah.
at
At
gmail.com.
At
.com.
Gmail.
Ray,
Where
Absolutely.
can they find you?
Take it
time for
away.
your social media plugs.
You can find me at my new TikTok that I've just started, simon.raywhite.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, my new that's a Sunday Smoke first, and I'm putting it out there. I started a new TikTok where you find all of my real estate career and journey.
Yeah.
So I just uploaded my first 2 videos. So I'll be doing a bit of like a day in the life and just like that sort of progression and just sharing my journey. And then you can also find me on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube at Simon Nehme, and my last name is Nehme. And then if you want to follow my private Instagram, it's Boys Get Paid.
Boys get paid.
That's
The boys always
Something
get
we
paid.
definitely forgot
The
to.
boys always get paid.
Yeah, boy.
And I just like to also say one more thing, boys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on. I love it. And of course, Adidas is better than Nike.
Well, look, man, if there's any final remark that you want to have for the viewers listening, they've been waiting patiently for Ray to come on. We've obviously done a few teasers.
Yeah.
Any final words from you?
Keep the Ray roast coming. I love him. Keep the Ray roast coming.
Oh, don't you worry.
Yes, because I've got a few roasts. And the next time I hop on, I'm going to have a few roasts ready.
Yeah?
I'm going to have a few things that you've brought up. I've been keeping notes, tabs. Has to be heard.
We'll do a 60-minute segment
Tonight on 60 Minutes.
and edit it heavily. Like, you know, that episode of The Simpsons? Need some of that sweet. Ray, we love having you on. All right. We hope that everyone enjoyed the Ray reveal. We loved having you on. Very insightful, you know, talking about your life. Some good jokes in between. Some good laughs. There's never a dull moment when Ray's
Never
in
a
the
dull moment.
Never
Ray's
a dull
in the
moment.
studio.
That's
And
my slogan.
And look, we like to say this with a lot of our guests. This definitely will not be the last time. We'd love to catch up with Ray in the future.
I love that.
We'd love to have you back on.
See what's going on with Ray White. See what the property market's like in the future.
That's it, man.
We'll chat with you maybe a
And-
year from now.
When the new music's in the works, we're definitely excited to
back
hear
on.
that.
That's it.
Do some Sunday Smoke promotions. All right. It's been a pleasure having you on, my friend.
Thank you.
And what's it time for?
It's time for the calls to come off.
Beautiful. Thanks for listening, guys. And
Thanks, guys.
we'll catch you in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good now. Turn up.